Hi everyone, Just for Sweets here. So today I'm going to make another freezer meal, and I was watching TV and saw this recipe and went, oh my goodness, I have to make it. Now hers was a little bit more simple than what I'm doing, but so delicious. If you're looking for low fat, this is not the way to go, but it's a great, like, you know, maybe once in a great while meal. And I'm actually just using the leftovers from our meal last night because I did make it last night, and I'm going to use the leftovers so that this will just be for 2 people. So what you need is some cube steak, which I got at the grocery store, and these are, I have 2 pieces left over. You're going to need some red onion, yellow onion, or white onion, depending on what you have in your fridge. You can use whatever you have. You can use bell peppers, or you can use these sweet mini peppers. So you can choose on those, or you can omit them out. And I have some sliced mushrooms, and this is the other half of the packet that I used last night. So I've actually taken all these ingredients that I bought and cut them in half, so it lowers the price of each meal. You have your freezer bag ready to go and fill and labeled. You're going to need some seasoned salt, some smoked paprika, and some Montreal steak seasoning, and some butter. You can use salted or unsalted. I have unsalted. I'm going to start with my vegetables so I don't get the meat and everything all over the cutting board. I just have a little plastic cutting board. So basically what you're going to do is you're just going to slice your onions super thin. And you can put as much or as little as you want. I think when she did it, she used, I don't know, I want to say a whole onion, but I'm only making it for 2, so I don't want to overdo it. All right, so I used not quite a half of an onion, but pretty close. And I'm just using red because that's what I have. Now, normally I'd probably use white or yellow with this. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is I bought my mushrooms already pre-sliced, so I'm just going to go ahead and throw those right in there. So throw those right in the baggie. Okay, the next thing we want to do is we want to add our bell peppers or our sweet mini peppers. So you're just going to go ahead and julienne those up. And I've showed you in some past videos how to do that. So you're going to go ahead and julienne your peppers. Okay, now we have the peppers done, and we're going to move on to the meat. So I have my 2 little cube steak patties here, and we're going to go ahead and slice those right up. And I used approximately 5 or 6 of the sweet mini peppers, or you can use 1 whole bell pepper. Like I said, this is supposed to be for 2 people, but you can double it or whatever. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take our cube steak, and we're going to just go ahead and dice it in thin strips. Just keep, we're not dicing, we're slicing, sorry. Wrong terminology there. Alright, so we're going to slice our cube steak. And this is definitely plenty for 2. I did 3 cube steaks last night. And we at least had enough for 3 people. And they were huge sandwiches. Like I said, not a super low fat meal. It's got some nutritional value though, that's for sure. You got the onions and the peppers and the mushrooms. Okay, so let's remove, well, I should have done my butter first, but I'll have to do that on something else. Wash my hands. Okay, now what you want to do is we're going to take our little baggie here, a little contraption, and we're going to want to add the seasonings. So you're going to want to add some seasoned salt. Remember, you want this to have some good flavor. Okay. Some smoked paprika. And if you don't have smoked paprika, you don't have to put this in. It just gives it a little bit of a nice smoky flavor. And I'm going to use some Montreal steak seasoning because I love Montreal steak seasoning. Now, if you use Wild Tree, they have the Rancher Steak Blend, which is very close to this, and it's absolutely delicious. So when this is all gone, that's what I'm going to switch to. But for now, I'm going to use this up. Okay, so we have our Montreal steak seasoning, and now for the fattening part, we're going to add a half a stick of butter. That goes right in here with the meal. You can cut it in half if you want, just like that. Yep, the butter goes in there too. All right, all we're going to do is we're going to kind of get this out of the way. We're going to kind of seal our baggie here, get the air out of it. And we're going to mix those seasonings around just a little bit. All right, so this is all mixed up and ready to go in the freezer. And you can either write the instructions on there on what to do, or, you know, you probably know yourself if you're doing your own recipe. But on this one, what you do is you put this in a cast iron skillet or a regular skillet with a little bit of olive oil and the other half of the butter. You let that heat up and brown up a little bit. You put all these ingredients in the pan. You mix it all up, let it brown, let the meat brown really well, let the vegetables start to caramelize. Then what you want to do, once the meat is browned and almost cooked and the vegetables have caramelized, you want to add about a third to a half a cup of Worcestershire sauce and a few shakes of Tabasco to give it a little bit of zest. And then it's ready to go, and you just cook it over the stovetop. It literally takes just about 15 minutes to do. And then you are all done. And if you want to, you can add more butter at that time to give it a little bit of a saucier texture. At that point, you'd add about 2 tablespoons of butter. Or you can just, since there's so much butter in it already, just do with what you have. Then what I did with it last night is I bought this huge bag of Dutch crust sub rolls. And you can use any sub roll of your choice. I went ahead and browned that in the oven. Put a big scoop of your steak mixture on top. I added a couple slices of provolone and browned it under the broiler and closed it up. And we had a delicious steak sandwich. I served it with some broccoli to cut out, since we already had the bread. I didn't want too many carbs, even though I had a ton of butter. But anyway, so that's what I did with it. You can choose to put this over rice. You can put it over pasta. You can eat it by itself if you want to. So this is my version of steak sandwich freezer meal, and I will put the ingredients in the description box below so you know what you need. And I hope you get a chance to make this. I hope you give me a thumbs up and share this on your Facebook page with your family and friends. Join my Facebook page, Just for Sweets, and my group page, Recipe Book. You can ask to join that, and I'll go in there and accept you, and then you can start posting your recipes along with all the recipes that other people post. So until next time, next video, have a wonderful day, everyone, and God bless.